Have you seen a city rising from the barren desert? Gleaming skyscrapers, sprawling highways, and futuristic infrastructure, all designed to shape the future of an ancient nation. This is Egypt's new administrative capital, a multi-billion-dollar megaproject that promises to transform the country into a modern hub of power and progress. But as the towers rise, so do questions about the staggering cost, the debt burden, and the risks involved. Is this the dawn of a new Egyptian era, or a financial gamble that could send the country into ruin? Join us as we uncover the truths behind the new capital that might bankrupt Egypt. But before we begin, do give us a quick like and subscribe to the channel for more content like this. If you're done with that, then let's get right into it. In October 2023, a summit in Egypt's new administrative capital brought together over 30 world leaders, along with heads of international institutions, all gathered under the shadow of the escalating violence in Israel and Gaza. Despite the gravity of the geopolitical crisis, the summit offered a stage for Egyptian President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi to proudly unveil his grandest ambition yet, a colossal megacity rising from the desert, dubbed Sisi-City, a project that could either propel Egypt into the future or drag it into financial ruin, with a price tag between $52 billion and $60 billion. Egypt's new administrative capital has become one of the most controversial developments on the African continent. But with this immense investment comes a staggering question. Can Egypt truly afford this dream? Or will it bankrupt the country in the process? For years, al-Sisi's leadership has been synonymous with massive infrastructure projects designed to reshape Egypt's economy and global standing. Since his rise to power in 2013, the president has overseen the expansion of the Suez Canal, the construction of the world's largest artificial river, and the completion of numerous massive roads and bridges. Yet none of these projects come close to the scale of the new administrative capital. Billed as a solution to Cairo's overcrowding, the new city is meant to alleviate the stress of a city teeming with over 22 million people and growing by 2 million every year. In theory, the new capital would be a beacon of modernity, designed to house 6 million residents in a sprawling urban oasis 50 kilometers east of Cairo. The sheer scale of this project is nothing short of jaw-dropping. Envision a city 7 times larger than Paris, stretching over 700 square kilometers of desert land. It is a city where nothing seems too big, too extravagant, or too outlandish. At its heart will stand the iconic tower, said to be the tallest building in Africa. Once completed in 2024, this 390-meter monolith will symbolize Egypt's ambition and usher in a new era of modernity. With a blend of offices, residential units, and luxury hotels, it will offer the world a glimpse into al-Sisi's vision of an Egypt that is both ancient and cutting-edge, a city inspired by the glitzy skyline of Dubai, built with an eye toward the future. Surrounding the iconic tower will be a bustling business district with over 20 skyscrapers, poised to make this new city a major international hub. But amid the gleaming promises of a futuristic skyline and high-tech infrastructure lies a deeply troubling reality. The budget required for this massive undertaking is enormous, and its funding comes from sources that are growing increasingly uncertain. Initially, al-Sisi's government had hoped to secure financial backing from international investors, including Saudi Arabia and the UAE, along with China. However, reality has fallen far short of these ambitious plans. While Saudi Arabia and the UAE have expressed interest in investing in Egypt's agriculture and other sectors, their financial contributions to the new capital project have been far less than expected. China, once seen as a major player, has drastically scaled back its role, focusing more on constructing the business district, including the iconic tower, than on underwriting the overall costs of the city. With foreign funding increasingly uncertain, Egypt is left to bear the weight of its own colossal vision. The national debt has soared to over $160 billion, an unsustainable figure that threatens Egypt's fragile economy. This spiraling debt has many economists worried that Egypt may never be able to repay it, leaving the country vulnerable on the international financial stage. At the same time, the cost of living in the new capital has skyrocketed, putting home ownership out of reach for most Egyptians. Residential units with prices starting at $450 to $500 per square meter are too expensive for the average citizen, especially when inflation has skyrocketed and nearly half of the population is already living below the poverty line. A city built with promises of modernity and prosperity may end up as a luxury ghost town where the elite thrive while the rest of the population struggles to survive. While foreign investors remain wary, the project's future hinges on Egypt's ability to secure funding from its own people. However, the situation is grim. The majority of the residential units being built are being bought up by foreign investors, often with no intention of ever living there. These buyers see the new capital as a place to park their money, not as a thriving urban center. And while some government workers have begun to relocate to the new capital, most are still commuting from Cairo, with some employees even receiving loans and financial assistance just to cover the costs of traveling back and forth. If the new administrative capital is to succeed, it needs to be much more than just a luxury playground for the wealthy. El-Sisi's plan includes an entire cultural and sports district, including a library with room for 5 million books, an opera house made of marble, and a vast Olympic city designed to host the 2036 Summer Olympics. But with the costs mounting, these grandiose plans may never see the light of day. The Olympic City alone will feature a stadium with an 880,000-seat capacity, the largest in the world. The question is, who will fill it? The political implications of the new administrative capital are just as critical. As el-Sisi prepares to run for a third term, his vision for the new capital has become a symbol of his leadership, an assertion that Egypt is moving forward, leaving behind the past. But at what cost? The city is supposed to house the country's government institutions, including an imposing new parliament building and various ministries. Yet much of the work remains unfinished. Even as some ministries open their doors, the city remains a work in progress, with employees still commuting from Cairo and many government buildings not yet occupied. As Egypt's leaders press on with their vision, the nation faces a delicate balancing act. The new administrative capital is a testament to Egypt's aspirations and ambition. But it is also a gamble that could push the country deeper into debt and uncertainty. So, will this audacious megacity become a model of success or a cautionary tale of financial ruin? If you liked today's video, click the like button and subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.